Hey ladies, I'm gonna give you guys a second to pop in here and try to get my life organized for a minute. So September. What a month. It has been crazy. The products launching this past Thursday and everything. I know a lot of people have been really busy, and I think one of the biggest things that has been one of the things that I've heard the most people say is surprising, hey Cindy, is that with this huge product launch that some people's sales are lower than I think they anticipated. And my sales are higher than they normally are at this point in the month. And I was talking to Ginger about it the other day, and there she is. And we were talking about it, and she's like, your sales are really great this month. Do you want to talk about it? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. And so I started writing notes down, and what I realized is that there were really like 3 things that I learned in classes. Absolutely. There were 3 things that I learned separately, 2 in one class and 1 in another class, that have changed the way that I'm talking to my customers. And I think that for me, that's been the biggest thing that's like flipped my my sales around in a really cool way. So I should like wait another minute and let people sign on and all of that jazz, but I have a hard time waiting because I get excited and then I just want to like go. That's just how I operate, guys. It's just how I do. So this is me trying to wait for people and deciding if I'm patient or not. The answer normally is no, I'm not patient. But I hear there's like some sports ball games or something happening tonight, so that might have people's attention. I don't know. I don't do the sports ball stuff. Ginger said something about some kind of puppy dogs doing something or other or something, and I think somebody else posted about like some tigers doing, I don't know. Love you, mean it. Okay, so anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and go into it. So the first thing that has totally changed the way that I talk to my customers and my mindset when I approach somebody about the business opportunity, about the products, about repurchasing, when I try to offer them additional items. Sherry Brown, in one of my classes, I think actually the very first class that I was at convention, I went to the new products class. There was a class all about new products. It was about the skincare items, and it was a really cool class. So they had a representative from the I think he was from the product development team, and then they had Sherry Brown, or you could go to it with Ella Whitaker. So you could pick which one. But anyways, so I went to the one that had Sherry Brown. It was my very first class session, so I'm like pumped and I'm excited, and great class. So throughout it, basically the representative from the corporate office would kind of talk about the different products and walk us through like the features and what makes them different and what makes them exciting and blah, 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 blah. And then Sherry would kind of share her personal experience with the products as well as tips and tricks on how to sell them. And she told this story. And this story, I know she's told it a couple other times, like in some of her live trainings and things. But it really has hit me, and it is really something that has changed the way that I talk to people. She said, you have got to get out of your customer's wallet. Get out of their wallet. You offer the opportunities to them. You offer them the products. You offer them the options. They have to make the decision to purchase. That is on their end. You are not in charge of making them decide to get something. And it took me a couple of weeks of kind of like mulling this thought through my head to kind of get a grasp on it. But she told this story about when she, so she was working at this department store. It was one of her first jobs. And she was working in the shoe department. She hated it. And she wanted to quit. Hey! She wanted to quit, and her dad wouldn't let her. So she got talking to one of the girls over at the cosmetics counter, and she figured out how much more money that they make than she was making. Right? And that was what Sherry said. Ginger just said her money is her business, and that's exactly what Sherry said. So she's working at this cosmetics. So she gets the job at this cosmetics counter, right? Because she's like, oh my God, they're making way more money than I am in shoes. I can do that. I'm gonna go do that. So she gets in there, and she said, it's a commission-based position, and she said they had this this, I think it was like a night cream or it was a facial cream. It was some kind of like treatment lotiony cream thing. And she said that they had this one bottle that was $50. And they had this huge bottle of it that was kind of a joke because it was $200. And basically it was 5 times the size of the smaller one. So the idea was buy 4, get 1 free in one container. Well, basically she said every week we pulled that container off the shelf, we dusted off, and we stuck it back up there because nobody was selling a $200 bottle of cream or whatever it was. I might have my numbers wrong. Maybe it was $500. Anyways, it was a ridiculously expensive singular item. So she said for months and months and months and months and months, nobody sold it. And of course, they're commission based. Okay, so selling a big ticket item like that would be a really big thing. So she said they had this new girl came in, and on her like first or second day, she sells the huge container. She sells it and she goes, hey, where do we have more of those? I'm going to need more of those. And they're like, well, we don't sell them, so we don't have any more. We just have the one. And she's like, well, we're going to need to order more. So all the girls are going, what did you do to sell that huge bottle? And she goes, it's easy. They're getting a bottle for free. And the point of the story was you need to figure out how to get excited about your products and all of that stuff. But the thing is that, Sherry said, as when I'm sitting here, I'm talking to somebody, I'm looking at her bag, I'm looking at her shoes, I'm looking at her jewelry. I'm kind of like making judgments on what I think she can spend. She pulls out that iPhone 6 or she pulls out the flip phone or whatever, and you make subtle judgments. You look at somebody's Facebook and you say, oh man, they just bought a new car, they just bought a new house, whatever, and you decide what you think they want to spend, and you only offer them that. And she said, stop. First of all, that's not your decision. It is not your job to be in their wallet. Thanks, Ginger. She said, get out of their wallet, stop making decisions for them. She said, that's the first thing. This girl who was selling this many $100 bottle of cream, she was not worried about what kind of purse you had, what kind of shoes you had, what kind of whatever. She was selling you this bottle because she's like, you're getting one for free. You're going to buy it anyways, so you might as well buy the big one and then get the 5th one for free. But it's this concept of stop making judgments on what other people can spend. We do it all the time. One of my most loyal customers, one of my favorite customers to play with, she's a girl I went to college with. She has been a consistently loyal customer. Let's just put it that way. She's somebody that pretty much every month or other month makes very large purchases. But she just got married. She just moved across the country. She's a military wife. She just gave up her job. So, there was a point right before I went to convention that I kind of eased off of approaching her about, do you need more foundation, blah, 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 because I was like, oh my God, she just moved across the country, and, they just got married, and, she just moved, and she gave up her job, and she's not working right now, and, oh my gosh. I was making financial decisions for her. That's not my job. The only person that I'm responsible for making financial decisions for is myself, my husband, and my household. That's it. So lo and behold, I called her the other day and I was like, hey, by the way, Clean and Clear are retiring. They're 2 products I know that she loves, but she just got them a month ago. So I was like, she probably doesn't need more. She's like, I need a bottle of each one of those. And while you're at it, I also am going to go ahead and get this, this, and this. And then she's been watching my mask videos and she's like, can I get a mask? And I got one free at convention, so I had one that I could give her early. And then she's like, oh, by the way, I also want palette 4 and I want palette 5, and probably in a month I want palette 1. Well, with her, I basically gave her my mask that I as a presenter could order, gave her that and her Clean and her Clear, set that to her first, and then I said, hold on, and this is going to come up in a minute with VIP treatment. I said, you're not going to buy 4 and 5 right now. And she's like, well, why? I want them. And I said, well, first of all, because I can only get you a 5, because I already was buying 4 for myself, but I had 5 from convention, so I was going to buy 1 and sell it. I said, first of all, I can only give you 1 of them right now. I said, we're going to wait until the 15th, and then we're going to bundle your 3 palettes together. It's going to save you $20. And she's like, yes, please. Which we'll go into a minute. Okay, so backing up. Get out of their wallet. Stop making prejudgment decisions. Stop deciding who you can and cannot talk to. Stop. We all know, and this is an example that Sherry used in her training, we all know that girl who's like, ooh, girl, I don't know how to pay for my groceries this month, who just showed up with a new Coach bag. We all know her. I have a friend of mine right now who's like, oh, I can't put my kid in gymnastics this semester because it's going to be really expensive. She just bought like 8 new LuLaRoe dresses. So what people want to spend their money on is totally their decision. You present the options, they make the decision. So that was the first step. The second thing that I learned that has really changed the way that I approach topics and has really made it easier for me to specifically discuss skincare is what, why, how, love. It's something that I learned in one of my how to sell skincare classes. And basically the concept is that you're going to offer a product in 4 ways. So I'm just going to take one as an example. I'm going to take, what is this? I'm going to take the night cream, okay, which is, by the way, incredible. If you haven't tried it, you need to get your fingers on this. It's awesome. It's, seriously. My top 3 products change a lot, but like I'm going to have to expand it to like a top 8 because I ran out of 3. The night cream. So if I was going to offer this night cream to somebody, I would say, I would talk to them about their skincare questions, their comments, their concerns. Are they oily? Are they dry? Are they combo? Do they have inflammation, redness, breakouts, sensitive skin, blah, 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 blah. There's a list of questions that you can ask. I will try to find the list and post it somewhere. Somebody remind me because I'll forget. But anyway, so once you've kind of asked these people a couple of questions, you know, you say, hey, I've got some ideas. Can we talk about your skincare concerns and your needs? You ask them the series of questions, and then when it's time to recommend a product, you use what, why, how, love. So you would say, for instance, what I'm going to recommend for you is the time-correcting night cream. Why you're going to love it, this is where you use their words from the questionnaire back on them. Why you're going to love it is that you said that your skin is dry and irritated and it feels dull. This is going to help to turn over your skin cells at night. It's going to help to hydrate your skin. It's going to help to bring those fresh, bright new cells up to the surface. How you're going to use it, because they need to know how to use it, you're going to take a small pea-sized amount. You're going to apply it all over your face right before bedtime nightly. Okay? Why you're going to love this, that's where you put your testimonial or your personal experience with the product. You're going to love this because it makes your skin feel so soft and so moisturized and blah, 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 blah. But that is how, instead of just saying, girl, you need night cream. Why? This is a $65 product. I need more than that. Why do I need that? You're going to break down products, and it can be a blending bud. You know, I was talking about your skincare issues, and I think you really need to look at the blending buds. What I'm going to recommend is that you get the set of the 2 blending buds. You are going to love these because you're not going to get that streaky look. You said you were getting kind of a streaky look with the foundation. So this is going to help to get rid of that streaky look. You're just going to dampen it in the sink and dab it on or press it on or whatever. And you're going to love this thing because it is so simple to use and it makes your makeup application flawless. So it doesn't just have to be skincare. But use that what, why, how, love approach, and I guarantee it will help your customers to have a more full understanding of what you were talking about, why they need it, and then they can make the decision for themselves about how it fits into their lives. You don't have to use those exact words, but use that approach. And you don't have to have a huge like skincare questionnaire. If you're talking to a customer and she's like, girl, I need some eyeshadow, but I have like 8 minutes in the morning and that like includes taking a shower and I need something really fast, really easy, maybe a neutral, something like that. You're going to say, girl, what you need is you need Splurge in the color Elegant. You are going to love this because it's so fast. You can even put it on with your fingers. All you have to do is you can either apply it with your fingers or you can use a cream shadow brush. You just swipe it on. You're going to really, really easy neutral color. I love it because it goes with everything. It's so simple to use and the sparkles don't fall on your face all day. So it's still very short. We are not word vomiting, but it helps your customer to understand what product is you're talking about, and it helps to give them the reasoning why they need it. You use your own customers' words, not against them, but use the language that they are using with you and then give it back to them. They've already decided in their mind whether they're buying the product or not before they talk to you. You might not know that, they might not know that, but they've pretty much already decided, right? You don't go to the grocery store unless you have money in your purse to buy groceries. You don't go and just browse groceries, you know? Ginger says, my phone's dying, so I'll plug it up and reach back in later. Yay! Okay, I've got one Okay, two more things. Sorry, I have no concept of time when I get on here. They got rid of the little ticker up in the top that said like how long your video is, so now I have no concept of how long my videos are. Okay, so get out of their wallet. What, why, how, love. So that is helping change how I talk to my customers. Here's the other thing that I have changed. I am no longer offering my customers one item when they come and talk to me. Even when they say, Nina, I'll fill you in, girl. Even if my customer says, hey, I need a new puff brush. Can you get me a new puff brush? I'm gonna say, yeah, of course I can get you a new puff brush. Let's go ahead and get your puff brush, your powder puff brush. I'm not gonna leave it at one item. Here's the reason. If you look at statistics, okay, which are not always to be believed, but they can be believed. Nana, you were at Busch and you didn't come say hi to me. I live like 10 minutes from Busch Gardens. Anyways, statistically, customers are going to purchase half of what you offer them. So, the reason this is important is that when you start looking at, for instance, a skincare routine, the recommendation that I got on how to sell skincare is offer them 6 products. 6. It seems like a lot. It's not. I promise you, when you start breaking it down, 6 is not that many. Because within that, everybody needs rose water. Everybody needs night cream. Everybody needs the mask. Those are real simple. And then you're going to offer them Uplift for the nighttime. You're going to offer them Instant Lifting Serum for the daytime and a cleanser. Or you're going to offer them a daytime moisturizer. Okay, there's so many different options with our current skincare line that you can really listen to what they're asking for and come up with 6 very easily. Some people are going to want to rotate between the moisturizers. Some people are going to want to rotate between cleansers. Some people are not rose water fans. Some people love the Uplift but don't love the instant lifting. So, not everybody is going to need one of this, one of this, one. It's not like a buffet line, but pick 6 things and offer to them. So if you come to me and you say, girl, I want that powder puff brush, it's incredible. Great. You are going to sell them this powder puff brush, but you know what else you're going to say? Hey, have you thought about getting a new pressed blush to go with it? These things last forever. The colors are gorgeous. I think Sweet would look really pretty on you, and it's so easy to apply with this brush. Okay, well now I'm giving her 2 products. Statistically, she's going to just get 1. So if I just offered her the 1, okay, she might get that one. If I offer her the 2, I up my chances that she's going to get more than 1. If I offer her a powder puff brush, a new blush, a bronzer, she probably needs a new concealer color because we're going into a new season. She's going to lose some of her color. Okay, so she needs a new concealer color. If she's going to get a concealer color, she probably needs the brush. Have you ever heard if you give a mouse a cookie? Play if you give a mouse a cookie with your customers. Okay? Now here's the reason that 6 is a very, very specific and important number. Retail retention rates. Here's what it looks like. And I saw this in a graphic and it has stuck with me. I hate numbers. I hate them. They don't stay in my brain. They just fall right out. This number has stuck with me and it has changed the way that I'm thinking about things. I turned a foundation, a primer, order rental collection, and a brush set. Yes, please. Because once you start convincing them that not convincing, that's the wrong word. Once you start explaining to them why they need these other products and how it's a better deal to bundle them together, your customers are like, well, duh, I want the best deal. So why am I going to get this when I can get this with something else and it's going to be a better value? Like, obviously. Retail retention rate. Statistically, any customer who purchases 3 or more items from you has a 90% retention rate. That means that if on your customer's first order, or second order, or 15th order, you can get them to buy 3 or more products in one order, they are 90%, there's a 90% chance they're going to come back to you to purchase again. Okay, so if statistically we know that they're going to take half of what we offer them, we're going to offer them 6, they're going to take 3, now we have a 90% chance that person's going to come back to us. Okay? Now, if they are only buying 2 items from you, they bought a mascara and they bought a blush. Perfect, wonderful, great. You have a 60% chance that that customer is going to come back to you. It dropped. It dropped a lot. We're now from almost at the top to like halfway. I'm a rounder. Did I say that numbers don't stay in my head very well? Yeah, they don't. So if they buy 3 or more items, there's 90% chance they're going to retain your customer. If you sell them 2 or more items, there's a 60% chance that you are going to retain them as a customer. If they buy 1 item, there is a 30% chance they're going to come back to you. That's not very good, guys. 30%. I mean, that means that there's a 70% chance that they're not going to come back to you. So that's why those numbers are really important. Offer them 6 things. They're going to take half. They're going to take right around 3. If they buy 3 things, you have a 90% chance they're going to come back to you. Okay, that mindset and that knowledge has changed the way that I offer things to people. It used to be that I would talk to somebody and be like, hey, you should get this 1 item. You need the mascara. Let's just use that one as an example. Oh my God, I love the mascara. Great. Here's your mascara. Have a great day. And then 3 months later, I'm like, why aren't these people coming back and buying more stuff from me? I don't understand. They should need a new mascara by now, right? Well, because they bought the mascara, they liked the mascara, they liked it. But do they really want to come back to me and spend $30 on another mascara just to get the mascara? No. However, if they bought liquid foundation and primer and mascara and, moisturizer and cleanser, well, they're going to run out of one of those things. They're going to say, oh my gosh, my mascara is empty, and you know what, my Glorious Primer is getting kind of low, and I really like that one face wash, so I'm going to get the other face wash, and that customer's going to come back to you because they have more than one thing that they want from you. It is really, really, really easy, especially with Younique becoming a more and more and more and more popular company. There are a lot of people, like I've gone to events, I do some live events in my area, and I've gone to events and had people come up and just say, hey, do you have mascara? And I'm like, yeah, of course I have mascara. Here's the mascara. Have a great day. And then I'll talk to them and I'm like, try to make connections so that I can get them to come back and talk to me again. And I've had people literally tell me, I don't really want to stay with one consultant. I just kind of find the mascara everywhere I go and I buy it when I need it. It's nothing against me. It's nothing against whoever else they bought it from. It means that they have an investment in the product, but not in you. When you're building a relationship with a customer to get them to buy more than one item from you, and you're talking them through the process, and you're getting to know them, and you're listening to what they're telling you, and you're building up that relationship, they're going to come back to you. And then when you message them and say, hey, because this is my next point, follow up with your past customers. Follow up with them. Every one of them. They haven't bought from you in 6 months? Go call them. Hey girl, how are you? It doesn't have to be, hey, do you want more Younique? It can be, how are you? What's going on? Hey, I saw you started a new job. Start those casual conversations with your customers. But if they have purchased more than one item from you, they are more likely to A, be out of something, and to B, trust you to fill the need that they have. If you have now helped them with a couple skincare things and a couple makeup things, you've picked out a blush for them that they like, you've picked out an eye color that they like, whatever, then they're more likely to come back to you and ask you questions to help them pick out their next item. The power of private messaging. I have said that, excuse me, I have like a frog in my throat. I have been with Younique just shy of a year. My 1 year is in the middle of next month. So just about a month from now, actually. From the very, 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 very beginning, I have experienced that when you private message people, you get a much, much greater response than if you are just posting on your Facebook. I am not saying to stop posting on Facebook because Facebook is an incredible tool. What I have learned is that you need to use your private messaging, your text messaging, your phone calls, whatever. You need to talk to people one-on-one. I do almost all of my sales through private messaging. Whether that's in a party, whether that's on my Facebook page, almost all of my sales are through private messaging. Because once you let people know that you're not going to be a shark and you're not going to be obnoxious and you're not going to be pushy and you're here to help them, they open up, they trust you, and they stay with you. You're building relationships. This is a relationship building company. If posting a graphic that said, buy from me, worked, everybody would be doing it. They're not doing it because it doesn't work. It feels desperate. It doesn't feel personal. Your customers don't feel like you appreciate them. They feel like another number, and they go somewhere else. Private message. Your business isn't doing well. Go pull out that list of 100 that you made 6 months ago that you haven't looked at. I know we all have one. I have like 4 lists of 100 that I've made at different points in the last 12 months, 11 months. And when things are slow for me, I go pull out that list and I start making notes. Oh, this person signed up with Mary Kay. Doesn't mean that they're not on my list anymore. I'm going to kind of let them figure out if that's the business that they want to be in or not. And I'm gonna maintain friendly relations. In fact, I have friends of mine who have joined other cosmetic companies, and I take that as my incentive to cheer them on. Remember that everything that you like, comment on, whatever, reflects on you in your friends' news feeds. So I have a friend of mine who signed up with Mary Kay like 3 months ago. Mary Kay is not the business for me. It seems like it's a really good fit for her. Great. So when she was working for her first big promotion, I was like cheering her on. I was like, you can do it. I am so proud of you. Like, keep going, girl. You've got it. Some people are like, girl, you're cheering on your competitor. No, I'm cheering on my friend who is working in her business. And whether that's makeup, whether that's LuLaRoe, whether that's, whatever it is, 31, whatever. Like, she's my friend first. She is a consultant in another direct sales company second. I believe that positive energy comes back to you, so I want to give as much of it out into the world as I can. And she even commented, she's like, you're the last person that I would expect to cheer me on, and it really shows me your true colors. Well, that's the real me, guys. I really, truly care about her. I think that she's a wonderful person, and I really want her to succeed. Sorry, Nana just sent me a big message. I've talked to so many people, blah, 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 blah. Haven't bought yet, but they will. Keep talking to them. Keep talking to them. Keep talking. It doesn't have to be about makeup. Just talk to them. Oh my God, I saw those pictures. Your kids are so cute. When did they get so big? How is so-and-so like in kindergarten? Whatever it is, talk to your friends. Build relationships with your friends. Power of private messaging. Okay. I know that skincare has been a really big challenge for a lot. I'm sorry this video is so long. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Hopefully it's worthfully all of like the little nuggets of my life that are making a difference. Repeat yourself. Skincare is... There are a lot of people who will get into makeup who will not get into skincare. It's scary. It's something that an older generation was taught to take a lot of time in, and the younger generation was taught to go to Walmart and buy the knockoff. I'm just saying. That's at least my experience so far. Skincare is scary. You don't see the results immediately. I don't know what to order for myself. I don't know how to use these products. I don't know what kind of effect they're going to have. I feel like they're not marketed to me. I feel like they're marketed to somebody else. So skincare can be a little bit intimidating. What I have discovered is I have probably done 3 or 4 in the last 2 weeks. I've probably done 3 or 4 nightly routine videos. I'll give you a clue, guys. They're all the exact same. It's the same routine with the same products in the same order with the same information. I know, that's crazy, right, Kat? Why are you doing the exact same thing over and over? Here's why. First of all, when I was in a training with Kenesha Morrison, who's a Black Status presenter and an incredibly sweet person, she said that she posts on her Facebook wall 7 to 10 times a day. She posts in her Instagram 7 to 10 times a day. She's posting on every one of her social media outlets 7 to 10 times a day. And somebody said, how do you come up with 10 posts a day? And she said, guys, don't reinvent the wheel. You know that it takes your customer an average of 12 to 15 times seeing the exact same message before they actually listen to it. She says, I use the same images over and over and over and over and over, and I write a new post. Not like one after another after another. She's like, but I'll use the same image 3 or 4 times in a week. Write a new post, put something up new about it, but I'm using the same imagery because as they see it over and over and over and over and over and over and over, they start to listen. Well, I'm doing that with my skincare stuff right now. I'm doing the same nighttime routine over and over and over and over and over. And I'm getting to the point that I'm having people contact me. I really like the look of that cleanser. Can I try that? What is that? How is that different from this? This is what I'm using. How does that compare? Things like that. And that's how you start to open up those conversations. It doesn't always have to be makeup related. I have now washed my brushes on video 4 times in the last month. Okay, first of all, I have a lot of customers who have bought brushes from me because I love the brushes. So I talk about the brushes. I use the brushes. I love the brushes. So I have a lot of my customers who have bought brushes from me. Well, after about 3 or 4 weeks of having their brushes, they're like, hey Kat, I don't know how to wash these things. I bought this $100 and something set of brushes from you, and now I don't know what to do with them. Help. So about every other week, I am making sure that within my nighttime routine or within a nighttime video or whatever, even if I'm just washing 2 or 3 brushes, I talk through the process of washing the brushes. First of all, I know that if they have brushes that they love, that they're able to care for, that are clean, they're going to give them a consistent makeup application, they're going to be prettier on their face, they're going to get truer colors, yada yada yada. They're going to be happier with their products if I've taught them how to care for their products. I'm not selling brush cleaner. I'm teaching them how to use things I've already given to them. In my brain, it's no different than doing an eyeshadow tutorial. But I think it's really important to do that. But I keep doing it. And I keep doing it because, first of all, different people are going to catch you at different times. So just because you do it once doesn't mean that everybody saw whatever you did. Second of all, different people are going to listen to you at different times. Those are two separate things. I've had the same people clue into my videos like 15 times, and then like on the 16th time, they're like, oh, I get it now. Okay, I get what you were saying. So I think that especially with skincare, I have been very repetitive. The face mask. I have done the face mask in pictures and live like 12 times. I'm going to keep doing it because I think that you need to be able to see it over and over. I can hold up an eyeshadow palette and I can do a pretty eye look and you'll be like, oh my god, look at this eyeshadow, this is gorgeous. I use a lot of the same techniques, a lot of the same colors, a lot of the same tricks over and over and over and over and over. I make it feel easy, I make it feel accessible, because then somebody who's a little bit scared is going to be like, well, she made it look so easy, she only used 3 colors, like, I can do that. You need to make it accessible. I am all for the incredible makeup artists that are part of this company and other companies, and the things that they do, and the tricks and whatnot. That is terrifying to me. It feels inaccessible. Me picking up a palette and going, 1 color, 2 color, blend, done, is accessible. So that's something that I've noticed. Okay, I swear I just have 2 more things. Offer your customers a VIP experience. Okay, so when we had the option to pre-purchase items, I had a couple of them from convention, but I also knew realistically I was not going to be able to purchase every one of the new items for myself. I don't have the money in my bank account to go out and buy one of everything. I just don't. So what I did instead is I reached out to a couple of people who are loyal customers, who are going to come back, who post things on Facebook for me without me telling them to, things like that. And I said, oh my god, I had this opportunity to get this early. I want to get it for you. This is what this is what the item is. I'm so excited. This is how it's different. This is how it's cool. You should get it before anybody else has access to it. I pre-sold like a whole bunch of our new products. I didn't get them for me. I mean, I got a couple things for me. But like I already had the mask because I got it at convention. I already had palette 5 because I got it at convention. So I didn't need to buy those. So I resold those to other people. I knew that I want the Pore Purifying Cleanser, but I have a cleanser in my shower right now that's full, so I don't need to buy a cleanser right this second. So I sold that to somebody else. I know that my sister wanted a moisturizer that has SPF in it. Well, I have a freaking full Divine that I just bought like 3 weeks ago, whatever, right before convention. And I was like, I'm not going to buy any moisturizer until I at least use part of this up, because I've only used like this much. So I called her and I was like, hey, I know you really want this. Can I get this for you early? Give them that VIP experience. Every single time that I make purchases, I write a handwritten thank you note in every single purchase that I send back out to somebody. I touch base with them within 2 or 3 days, especially with skincare, guys. Within 2 or 3 days of them getting their new skincare, I'm like, hey, how's that working? How do you like it? What do you like about it? You know, whatever. Start that conversation, because skincare, you know pretty quickly if you like something or if you don't like something. You might not see the full effects in a couple of days, but like you can use a face wash one time and walk out of the shower and be like, oh my god, my skin feels like it's going to die. I hate this. Like, you know that pretty quickly. So skincare, I always try to follow up really fast. Help your customers bundle within that VIP experience. So in the beginning of the video, I was talking about a girlfriend of mine who purchases from me on a regular basis. She already owns palettes 2 and 3. She wants 4, 5, and 1. Am I going to say, oh man, I could make more money if she would buy them all separately? No, I know that there's a bundle with 3 palettes, it's $130. I know that that's cheaper than buying all 3 palettes separately. I was like, you are not paying full price for those 3. I'm going to help you save money. Yes, it means that I had $20 less in sales. But you know what else it means? It means that I continue to have a customer who is loyal. It means that I have a customer who talks to me before she purchases. which means that I can then upsell her on additional products. I can help her get things that are going to complement each other. I can answer her questions. I can develop that relationship. Okay? But it also means that when she has a friend who's like, oh my God, I need a new eyeshadow palette, she's going to be like, you got to talk to my girl. She's incredible. She'll find you deals. She'll help you bundle stuff. She'll make sure you have everything that you need. So that is a big thing. So the last thing that I wrote for myself is, it's not your job to sell them anything. You offer, they decide. And changing that mindset in how I talk to my customers has made a huge difference in everything that I do. And it makes me feel better that I don't feel salesy. I don't feel pushy. I don't feel any of those things because I'm not those things. But by realizing that it's not my job to make their financial decisions, it really, really, really changes how I approach those conversations. So I would ask if there are any questions, but I don't think anybody is currently with me. So if you have any questions, drop them down below. Send me a private message. Send Ginger a private message. Let's talk. We're all here to support each other. We all want each other to succeed. I knew that this month I really wanted to get my butt kicked in gear because I want to go green this fall at some point. And I thought, okay, it's either going to be like September, October, November. Like I think that's my window. So I was like, I need to start the momentum because I know that what I do affects the girls on my team, affects the people around me, affects my customers. Like I said, I have to start my ball rolling. I have to get it rolling. And here's a big shove. I'm going to start shoving it. So I think that's part of my why this month was really different, but taking these bits and pieces from convention and really flipping how I think about them has really changed the results of my efforts, if that makes sense. So thank you for hanging out with me. Sorry this was so long. Y'all have a great night. Let me know if you have any questions. Talk to you later. Bye.